So in this instance today, what I'm going to be showing you is how to do a simulated wood grain design with your leather or leatherette style patches. This can be a very unique style that you can do for your patches to make them look extremely unique, a little more three-dimensional, and just really cool as heck, man. So let's get into it. We're going to start doing this with just these three elements, okay? We've got our font, logo design, and we've got our, this is actual one grain, but we've copied it into two and just rotated it. We're going to bond these grains together so that it looks a little bit more unique. And what this does is it starts getting you in the frame of mind of thinking of doing leather engraving in a different way. Like, I see so many people like do leather patches. They'll just put something on a patch and they'll call it a day. I'm going to show you today how to really elevate this by just using these three elements right here. So we have a custom font that we're using. We have a logo here. And what this is representing our GripTech leather adhesive that we sell and that we use for our custom patches. If you've ever used companies like Lone Star, Hide Bond, it is pretty much identical to the same style adhesives they are using. So we have our shape here. Now, if you go on my website, you're able to get these templates. That way you can custom design on them. These elements here you can get on custom websites like Canva, Creative Fabrica, maybe Kittle. So whatever sites that offer types of designs like this, Creative Market, you can find these type of elements by either paying for them or for free, but just make sure that you're using not copyrighted material to be able to do what you got to do. All of these elements I actually got, aside from GripTech, the font, I actually got from Canva. So what we're going to do today is start by naming all your layers. We've got our grain 1, our GripTech font, and then our steer and our artboard. So this outer line, the red one, represents our leather cut. So this is going to be what the laser cuts. And this inner design here, that's going to be where our design is. So what we're going to do first is start messing with the grains. Now I want to fuse these two grains together. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to put this up here. Actually, let's start off by putting it on the bottom. So just to give you an idea, this is how we're going to start. Basically bring it down to the trim. We want to be touching the sides of these trims with this. And what we're going to do is simply expand this. And this, the cool part is you can play with all of this to get it where you want to be. Now the great thing about using Affinity is you can use the vector crop tool if you want. You can actually hit that and you can crop this whole bottom out to where it's kind of like similar to that. So then you can take that and you can put it up here. Okay, so what you want to do is when you have your grain and you think you're almost done, you can even do this beforehand. You could take these grains. Originally I had them outside, and what that does is it puts them outside right here. When you put the grain, our inner cut is right here. When you put it and hover it over that, it will put that image inside. It almost like creates a mask, a clipping mask type scenario here. So that way you have your shape in the inside. So I'm going to fudge with this just a little bit more. Okay, so I think I have the grain kind of where I want it at this point. So this looks really good and I'm really enjoying that look. So we're going to roll with this. Now, if you want, you can always copy and paste what you've done. That way it's kind of a master set aside. So if I wanted to, I can go click, highlight this and highlight this, these two grains, and I can copy and paste that. So Control C and then V, and now that is a copy and paste over here. So what I'm going to do here is, because I like the way that looks, even this looks good down here. So we even have two different designs that we can use now, here and here. So that is the cool thing. So that is how you can create unique designs with different looks. You could even turn that at an angle and have a whole nother look, or you can rotate it in different degrees to create different looks. So what we're going to do here is we're now going to fuse these together as one compound shape, one straight curve. So we're going to highlight grain 1, highlight this grain, and what we want to do here is just click add. What that's going to do now is fuse those two together. And the reason, again, we want to do this is because, or I don't know if I mentioned it, but we want to do this because we want to be able to do some subtracting from this actual back graphic, the wood grain. So we want to do some knockout design on that. So we see here now we have grain, and it is just one layer. So this just became one. Now if you want, the cool thing again about the vector tool is if you don't want this hanging all down below, because you already have a copy over here, you can hit the vector crop tool and you can just bring that up to the trim design or even a little bit lower. And then on the side, you can bring this in. Okay, so what we're going to do now that we have that shape, we're going to bring it aside, and we want to do a knockout into this grain because we want some transparency between the horns and the stroke line that we're going to create. So I'm going to make a copy of this. I'm going to change the color of it just so I don't get confused. And what we want to do now is take this and we want to use our contour tool. And I'm going to take that up to about, I want like 0.25, I think is good. So 0.25, maybe 0.30. Let's go up 0.30. Okay, so that's good there. So what we want to do now is go ahead and hit fill, bake appearance. There we go. We want to take out this eye, so let's remove that. So there is our fill. So this is going to be our knockout, okay? And just so you understand the concept so far, what we're doing, if I was to bring this over here, line them up. You see this right here? This outer brown is going to become the knockout space, transparency space that we need for the grain. It'll all make sense in a minute. So let's go ahead, and before we do that though, I want to make a copy of this as well. You always want to have a backup in case you have to go back and kind of fix it or redo it. So now we want to create the outer stroke line. So what I want to do here is change this to black, and we're going to go about a point. Let's go 1.2. That's good. Okay, so what we want to do here is now that we have our copy here, we want to take this and just expand it. We don't need the fill, so we can get rid of the fill. And we want to go layer, expand stroke. And now what that does is it turns the stroke into a curve. So now we know what we're doing here. Now, this is the concept of what we're doing here. So if I take this and center them up, this is what we're doing, okay? But we want this to be kind of knocked out in the inside because that's going to be kind of where the leather is going to show through in a solid color. I don't want any of the grain showing in that transparency. That's where this guy comes into play. So again, I'm going to make a copy because I don't want to ruin the master. So we're going to make a copy there, and then we can highlight that and just make that a copy as well. Put that aside. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to line this up where we think we're going to want it. And what we can do in total is take all of this and we can line it all up. So that's about where we want that. And then what we can do is we can just turn off the steer and the steer line. We can turn those off. So we want to hit the steer, the brown, and we want to hit the grain. So highlight the grain. So hit steer, hit control, and then hit grain, and hit subtract. All right, so here we go. There is our knockout. Now, if we want to be able to see this knockout a little bit better, we can create a background. We can just kind of choose our rectangular shape and take off the stroke and add a fill. We just make it like a light gray, just enough to where we can see the background. Arrange, move the back. That way we can kind of see where that shape is. So here's what we're going to do now. Now that that is done, that's where this now thrives. So we can highlight this. I'm going to make a copy. And we're just going to fit this right into the design. And we want to make sure that it's right where it needs to be. And the great thing about the stroke, you can make it even thicker if you want to by adding color and then increasing the thickness of this stroke line. But you see here, this is what I wanted to do. This is all transparent space now. Okay, all of this will be the color of the patch coming through, but what it does is when we turn that to black, because this would be your engraving. You see how just by knocking that out, that transparent space there, it makes it look a little bit more like a three-dimensional image, and that's what you kind of want to do. Keep in mind what you can do, and what I'd probably recommend is before you do that knockout of whatever design you're using on the wood grain, make a whole copy of this, highlight all of that, and make a copy of the patch and the grain, put it aside, then do your knockout. That's because in the event that maybe you decided, crap, I don't like the way this looks, you can always change it very easily by just going to the copy you made and starting over. I mean, you can probably go back to your history, but if you did some things, you know, afterward, you know, like all of this, you know, it saves time. So now let's take our grip tech. We're going to kind of do the same thing. We're going to copy, paste, and what we're going to do is align that. We can highlight them both just to get them just right. Do is change one color. That way we know they're lined up. So there we go. So what we want to do here is we want to do the same exact concept of what we did here. So let's go ahead and, so here's our two. So Grip Tech Black, Grip Tech Aqua. We want to take the Grip Tech and we want to turn that into a curve. So we want to convert that to curves. And the reason why we want to do that, because we're going to stroke that out. So we can fill it if we want to. Let's just hit that and then stroke. And now, actually make the stroke black so I can see how thick it is. There we go. So our stroke is going to be, I'm going to probably go about, first off, let's go ahead and size this. Hold your shift key. Size it to where we want it first. Okay, now that we have about the size of what we want, we can take that back out. And what we want to do is we want to create, again, another knockout with the background. So we can take our top layer and we can remove that since that's not getting changed. All of this. Expand the stroke. Do here is just kind of bond it all together. There it is. So, one design. So now that we have this all added together, we're going to line this up, place it where we want it. What we're going to do is click on our top one, turn that off. We're going to hit this, so our cutout, and then our grain. Control, boom, and subtract. There that is there. Okay, so now, and the reason why you kind of want it lined up, both of the fonts, because you can barely see the cutout, right? Very hard to see it. But because you have them right on top of each other, now when you go to turn it on, there it is. Now we can go ahead and turn that to black. And that would be our patch. Now, if we wanted to, we could probably add another element over here like a star. But what we're going to do is just take this stroke line now, our inner, and I'm going to make that just a little bit thicker. I think that looks really good. But this right here gives you guys kind of an idea of what you're doing. So now I can get rid of this color here. Don't need that fill anymore. And this would be the design. This would be exactly what you would upload. So you see how we can be very unique with what we're doing. And if I really wanted to know what this would look like I could take our rawhide color. Here's our sample. I can expand that. And this is pretty close to the exact color. And we can send this to back. And this would be kind of what that patch would look like. Now, just to take this to another level, I'm satisfied with this. Maybe later I'll add a little design over here or something more, you know, who knows. But what we can do is make this look a little distressed if we want. So I'm going to utilize this to do that. I think this inside little area right here is going to be perfect for that. So what I'm going to do is expand this. Let's grab this, get it out of the way. So just put that over there for now. So I think that's good. Then I'm going to take this, just kind of put it, I think I'm going to change the color of this to that, just so I could see the area of distressing that I kind of want. And then what I might do is just turn it a little bit. Okay, I'm kind of digging that right there. I think it's just enough and looks really good. So what we'll do is highlight them both and hit subtract. All right, here we go. All done. Look at that. That looks pretty cool. I kind of like that. It just, for some reason, it makes it look a little bit more aggressive. So that's really nice. I like that. So let's go ahead and swap these out. Take that one out. Put that one in. And the cool thing is if you end up not liking it, you can always just hit your backspace and you're good to go. Almost looks like he's been in a few bar fights. All right, so I'm really digging that. And again, if we were to turn on our rawhide color, that's kind of what it would look like on our rawhide. I like this, and I'm going to roll with that. So there you go, guys. If you like what we've done here, post in the comments. Give me some thoughts if there's some other things you'd like to see. But this just shows, again, you could take your leather patches to a whole nother level like this if you just, you know, get a little creative. For some, I know it's hard for you to be able to design in this way. I'm kind of teaching you the things you can do so that you can benefit from using my website. So the patches are there ready for you guys to order. Also, don't forget, when you register on our site, you have $10 to spend that you're going to get for free. Utilize it so you can use it towards any purchase that you are placing. Also earn points for every dollar spent. That's my way of giving back to you guys. So I'd like to see you guys getting down on some patches now. My name is James. Check out the website, and we'll catch you in the next video, part 2, where we're actually going to bring this patch to life and put it on a hat. Till then, catch you guys later.